Hi, I'm Justin Gidari, and this is my mom, Peggy Gidari, and we are Lunch Kit Catering. Better known on social media as TT Lunch Kit Catering. And today we are hosting this episode of illuSions Food Not Work. Food Not Work is a cooking show created by the illuSions family, where we don't only teach you how to cook, but we also give back to charity. On this episode, we'll be making our version of the ever popular Louisiana seafood boil. To make this dish, you're going to need several different types of seafood, beginning with crab, crawfish, whitefish, mussels, clams, lobster, this is a piece of a lobster tail, shrimp. Additionally, we like to use chicken breakfast sausages, hard-boiled eggs, Irish potatoes, red potatoes, and corn.
Additionally, we have butter and an array of seasonings. Okay, firstly, we just put a slit in the potatoes. We don't cut it straight through. Just put a little slit in so it absorbs the seasoning.
Add some water to our pot. While we bring our water to a boil, we add the potatoes. We also add our corn. A sprinkle of salt. And I like to add some dry parsley flakes.
Add some water to the pot now. Okay, we're gonna boil one egg, get it hard boiled for about 8 minutes.
Now we're gonna add our butter to the preheated pot. Leave that butter in there for a few minutes to melt. Move it around a little bit. And turn down the heat a little bit. Paprika. Personally, I like to put plenty paprika because I like that rich red color. Then I'm gonna add some cayenne pepper. Not too much, because we don't want to kill everybody who can handle the pepper. Black pepper. This is Lunch Kit's freshly ground garlic, which we infuse with olive oil. As I said before, I love garlic, so I'm adding some garlic powder. Next, I'm gonna add some onion powder. So this would not be a Trini seafood boil without some green seasoning. I'm just stirring this right now so the garlic wouldn't stick up at the bottom. The garlic and parsley wouldn't stick up at the bottom and start burning. Remember, keep this on a low heat right now. Those of you who really know about traditional seafood boils, crawfish boils, and shrimp boils know that this is very, very essential, most important ingredient. And last, and certainly not least, this is what my mom likes to call our secret weapon. This is our Lunch Kit secret seasoning. Stir it all up. Right. At this point, timing is very, very important. As I said before, we don't want this butter to burn. So, now we're gonna add our ingredients, right? So first, we're gonna add this freshly cleaned, uncooked blue crab, one of my favorites. Get all those little legs in there, add to the flavor. Again, I wanna cover them up in the sauce. Whitefish. Again, cover them up nicely with the sauce. Next, I want to add these mussels. Thing about mussels are these mussels were pre-steamed. If ever you're cooking fresh uncooked mussels and they close like this, and after you cook them they don't open like this, they're not good. Throw them away. These have been pre-steamed, so we know all are good. That's why we can add them to the pot. They're already open. They could soak up our sauce. Clams have been pre-steamed. All are open, all are good. Let these saute for a bit. I try not to rough up the clams a little too much because the meat actually gets loose and falls out. So just try to get some of the sauce in there without making too much of a mess and mashing up everything. We could cover this and leave it for literally 1 minute. Just want to check on the egg. How I can tell if my egg is ready, and an easy way for you to learn as well, if you could hear it, but the egg is just gently bouncing. It's been in there for about 8 minutes, so now it's ready to come out. And I'm just going to put it down to cool. Now we are going to add the rest of the seafood to this mix. At this point, we add our lobster tail. This is a half of a lobster tail we're using right now, right? After adding all this seafood, it has absorbed some of the sauce. So what I like to do at this point is take a little bit of the water that's already salted, seasoned with parsley, and already flavored with the potatoes and corn, and add it. It was a little transparent earlier. Now it has turned a little opaque. It's very white now. Throw some sauce in there. This crab is still very blue, so it needs to cook a little more as well. Lobster. Funny thing with lobster, you can't overcook lobster. It gets very tough. If you all know about cooking shrimp, it's similar to cooking shrimp. So we don't want to leave the lobster in here for more than maybe like 7 minutes. All right, they got a little steam there. Time to add our last seafood. Shrimp. And traditionally in this dish, the shrimp are left whole. Some of you all are probably wondering if the shrimp is clean. It is. Same thing with the shrimp. It looks a little transparent. When it turns all white, it's a little cooked. Cover and let that simmer for a few minutes. I just want to check on our potatoes and corn now. An easy way to do it is just by sticking them with a fork. If the fork goes through easily, they're done. Yes, your shrimp looks, the shrimp looks white. Shrimp is cooked. Seafood, you don't want to overcook seafood. If you overcook seafood, everything gets tough. So this part of the meal, you need to do this real quick. And we're done. So before we plate this, when it's still in the pot and we just turn off the fire, these breakfast links have already been cooked. Breakfast links are breakfast sausages. These are chicken sausages we use for this meal. They are already fully cooked. So I just like to throw them in the pot to absorb some of the sauce.